One of the things that I always see in Facebook groups where they're talking about podcasts or podcasters who want to start a podcast, the biggest thing, the most important thing that people are asking all the time is like, when can I monetize the podcast? When can I start making money? When can I actually generate an income from this content that I'm creating? And I think with the podcasting world, of podcasts being around for so long, it's finally time. It's finally being recognized as a service that can actually generate money. Welcome to another video. Apple announced Apple Podcast subscriptions, and I wanted to actually do like a reaction type of a video, even though it's like a day later. So what does this mean for podcasters? Well, let's have a look at the article and let's see. So this is the actual announcement by Apple. Apple leads the next chapter of podcasting with Apple Podcast subscriptions, major updates, blah, blah, blah. So they've changed the layout of the podcasting app. It's kind of an interesting thing where they say they've got subscriptions, a global marketplace for listeners to develop premium subscriptions offered by their favorite creators alongside millions of free shows. So starting in May, listeners in more than 170 countries and regions can sign up for premium subscriptions that include a variety of benefits curated by curators, such as ad-free listening, access to additional content, and early or exclusive access to new series. Listeners will be able to enjoy premium subscriptions from independent voices and premium studios, including Tenderfoot. They've updated the Apple Podcasts for Creators platform. This is interesting. I've just seen this right now. I didn't hear them talk about this in the announcement yesterday. Starting this May, you can offer premium subscriptions to listeners, giving you new ways to grow your podcast business. Okay, and then they've got some analytics here. Analytics help you grow, learn more about your marketing tools, subscriptions to help monetize your show. Okay, we'll click on those just now. Build a better show, learn more about your listeners. This is something that people have been missing for a long time. Like, yeah, you could get some of your stats and Buzzsprout and some of these other tools some cost. They have some analytics, but I think this is something that people have been waiting for a long time. So let's have a look at this other page. Apple Podcast subscriptions offer paid subscriptions for shows and channels, or free shows with additional episodes just for subscribers. With subscriptions, there's new marketplace for podcast creators. Put on a show like never before. So you can have 3 different tiers, it looks like. Offer shows with paid subscriptions, or fans can listen to free shows that come with additional benefits when they subscribe. Designed to be flexible and creator-friendly, podcast subscriptions can offer them. Okay, so fans listen to your show for free. Freemium, fan listens for free and subscribe for additional benefits. Or paid, where it's like ad-free. Fans, ad-free, additional episodes, early access, archived episodes. I'm really curious to know whether they would actually have like private podcast or a subscription type of podcast where, you know, people would pay specifically only for subscription and not have any free content. That's something that I'm curious about. Pays to share your stories. You have more ways than ever to earn revenue through your podcast. With Apple Podcast subscription, you receive 70% of the subscription price at each billing cycle, minus applicable taxes. After a subscriber accumulates 1 year of paid services, your net revenue increases to 85%. Wow. So after 1 year, you can get 85% on the subscription price, minus taxes. Your other podcast revenue, including any ads, will stay 100% yours. Okay. Wow. 70% for the first year and 85% for the next or thereafter. Dude, like that's actually pretty good. I think podcasters that are specifically designing for Apple or that are optimizing for Apple, I think this is finally the thing that people have been waiting for. Okay, so here's where it says the Apple Podcasters program, which includes all of the tools necessary to offer premium subscriptions on Apple Podcasts, is available to creators in over 170 and regions for $19 per year. Creators can enroll in the Apple Podcast today through so and so. So in order to be eligible for the Apple Podcast subscription service, you need to pay for the annual fee. This is a brand new service. I've just signed up I've got to set up my account and do all of those things. I'm sure that other people on the internet have already sort of gone through and dug into this a bit more. From a podcasting point of view, I have my own podcast. It's not as popular. I haven't worked on it as much as I would have liked. I'm focusing more on YouTube at the moment. One of the things that I always see in Facebook groups where they're talking about podcasts or podcasters who want to start a podcast, the biggest thing, the most important thing that people are asking all the time is like, when can I monetize the podcast? When can I start making money? When can I actually generate an income from this content that I'm creating? And I think with the podcasting world, a podcast being around for so long, it's finally time. It's finally being recognized as a service that can actually generate money. I think with last year when Joe Rogan moved over to Spotify and he got paid that big deal, that it was finally, obviously YouTube was also hosting him before that, and he made money from his podcast. And there are obviously podcasters who generate income outside of their just normal sort of podcast hosting. And I think that the monetization of podcasts is about time. It's about time that an ecosystem exists. It's interesting to see that Apple Podcasts is doing it on their own. I'm pretty sure Google will have their own something coming up in the next couple of months. Don't quote me on that, but I'm guessing now that Apple has got this, that it'll be a thing. I haven't heard of any Spotify podcast creators or people who've listed their podcasts on Spotify generating revenue from Spotify. So that might be something that's interesting. The question is, if you're going to subscribe to a podcast that's giving you exclusive access on Apple Podcasts, Apple is obviously forcing people now to come to Apple, to the podcast platform, to listen to that creator. And so the play is like, come to Apple to listen to the podcast. And so you consume the free stuff, or if you pay, you're going to get additional benefits which are not offered on a Google Play Store or on Google Play or Spotify or any of these other listening services. So that is very, very interesting. I am very curious to see what the performance of, or what Buzzsprout and what these other hosting platforms are going to do, because with Apple saying ad-free listening, then it's like, okay, well, how do you how does that work, right? Ad-free meaning the what, that the pre-roll is not showing up, or that you're not going to get the pre-roll inside of the podcast. So that's an ecosystem that I'm very curious to see. And when it's like ad-free, is that the creators' ads, or is that ads that Apple is gonna put onto the podcast? So that's, I might be speculating there. But yeah, this is a very interesting time for podcasters. Obviously, with Joe Rogan going to Spotify last year, that was like the first kind of big play. And then now with Apple, I think Apple showing up with subscriptions or launching subscriptions in May, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of content, a lot of creators talking about this in the future. Obviously, bigger podcasters and people who are more podcast, working more in the space, in the creative space than I am. But yeah, I just want to put my opinion out there for the video because it's trendy and because I hope you liked it. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for contributing to the channel. Definitely hit the like button if you like the video, subscribe if you're inclined to do so, hit the notification bell as well, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of this whole Apple Podcast subscriptions. Let me know if you're optimistic, if you're a podcaster. Let me know in the comments, and we'll have further discussion there. So good to see. Thank you so much, and God bless. Take care.